It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I'd share this message. There's a reason why it's called violence. There's a reason why it's called violence because if you go up into the chakras, the rainbow color, if you bring blue and red together, it gives you a violet color, violet or purple or indigo, the same thing. That's the reason why it's called violence because it's all about the higher, it's all about your mind. Now, the easiest way to literally wipe violence from the subconscious mind. That's why it's called violence, because it's literally the magic is done in the violet color, in the violet flame. That's why if you wear purple and you wear purple and you speak of love, unity, and harmony, it will literally get into the consciousness, into the collective, and help the frequency. But if black men, specifically black men, I see a lot of them playing violet instruments. The violin instrument. It has been helping uplift and transmute the consciousness of everyone. See, there's a power when a black man, especially a black man and a black woman, are playing cello and harper and violin. Is transmuting the consciousness of the men, especially it will help lower the violence in the subconscious mind that was programmed for men, for black men or black communities to turn against each other. So playing cello, which is cell O. So that frequency is so powerful in actually elevating the consciousness of the black community. This is the reason why you see the so-called elite people, which I don't think they're elite. And I don't believe they're elite. Elite means those who are rooted in love. I don't know where this term high vibration words that's supposed to be for galvanizing communities have been used for selective few. To call yourself an elite means you are enlightened. You are the one with the universal mind, the Christ consciousness. So you are air light, elite or air light. You are becoming enlightened. So you speak for the collective. You vibe with a collective thought and frequency. So by playing cello, violin, because the reason is the violin is where it's an upper, it's the heavens, because it's on your shoulder. This is how you can literally unify masculinity and femininity, left brain and right brain, because if you put it on your shoulder, on the left, and then you use your right hand to play, look at the harmony that's happening. You're unifying. You're literally like bringing harmony into the subconscious mind naturally. This is the reason why you see a lot of white people go dress up. You dress up. This is all fucking rituals. This is how you become so wealthy. You dress up, you go to opera, or opera, right? So you go there, you dress up, then you basically activate your higher mind. Then ideas and connections, and then you meet like-minded people. So you are talking about business in that frequency, and ideas are flowing. You are networking, you're meeting the right people, so you guys are making money, elevating in consciousness. This is the reason why, the so-called elite or the wealthy people go to these kind of functions. It's good for your mind. That would wipe out illnesses and diseases, cancers, and all those things. It will, all those things, but it's important. Not saying white people playing it's not effective, but it's not as effective as if black people play it. This is the reason why it was taken away from the black neighborhoods. Anything a black man touches, a black woman touches, is fucking magic. It's fucking magic because it's the root. If you have all black people playing classical music, but Beethoven is black though. Beethoven is black. Beethoven has black in him. That's the reason why his music has transcended for so long. Beethoven has blackness in him. But I'm not gonna get into it. That's not, it's hearsay. I'm not doing that. But I just want you to know that anything black people touches, if black people are playing all this, doing opera and cello and harp, you know, just like you see how they played harmonica and blues for so long. That was a very high frequency music. But if black people are doing this, are playing cello in hospitals, you will literally regenerate cells. It's literally cell O. Instruments is the future. Any hospitals that is playing cello, you don't need to do no radiation therapy. You don't need to do any of those fucking medications you put in the pill, because it's a frequency. We are talking about the illness and diseases are frequencies. So if it's frequency, then you have to use music and sound to reach every problems. You shrink the cancer, the pain will go away, all these things will be wiped out by just playing violin. By playing violin. Black men and black women, and especially women. Now, any woman of any race can play violin, and it's very effective because women are the portals, they're the gatekeepers, they're the portal to all dimensions. But it's more profound when a black woman. So you can have 20 white women playing violin and cello and all those instruments. That's beautiful. That's moving, and it's beautiful. But when you get a black person in there, more black people in that playing that, it's more profound. It's literally more profound. It's very transcendental. Okay? And this is the reason why a lot of white people need to understand this. The reason why it's important that you know your root. If you have all white people in a group, you need to go get 2 or 3 or 4 black people and put them in there. It becomes more revolutionary. Try it. Put a black person in any group with a bunch of white people and see what happens to your network. It will blow up. It's just how the frequency works on Earth. Just having all white people in a group without a black person is not gonna work. That's why you see a bunch of white people, and then they have black people, the writers and the instruments, making instruments, because they fucking know what they're doing. So the black person will write the songs like Elvis Presley. The black person will do the songs. The black person will write the songs, and the black person will perform as a backup dancers, and then also at the instrumentalist. That frequency is the reason why the one who is singing, the lead singer, is blowing up. That frequency is the reason why Elvis is blowing up. Elvis is just blowing up because of the frequency of the people around him, who happens to be black. That's the black magic. Because of they are the elders, they are the origin of the land. So anything they touch is gold, naturally. So the more black people are playing this high frequency instrument, play cello, play harp or harper, which is what I call, which is harper. You see happy, you see harper, you see heart, you see happy on that. You can literally see it. It's on it. You can see happening in the harper. So you play harmonica. Get more black people playing harmonica again, playing violin, because it's a higher. If you put them up here, it's high. So it literally neutralizes any violence programmed in the black community or in the collective consciousness. Okay? So obviously, you know, white people are playing these instruments. There's not any change happening in the world. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You've been playing all this classical music and all this shit. All it has done is elevate your people. It hasn't done that for the black community. Watch and see if black people start playing the same shit that you've been playing for eons, and see what happens to you, see what happens to your health, see what happens to the collective. The more black people start playing the same shit you've been playing, all the classical music, all the instruments, all this shit you've been doing for so long, watch and see what happens if a lot of black people are playing that and singing the same shit you've been singing in in all these establishments. See what happens to your psyche. See what happens to your mind. See what happens to your mental health. This is the secret about black people of this land that has been hidden from you. Anything they touch is lateral, it's gold. It's gold because they are gold. Their gene and DNA is gold. You came from them. So it is effective, but it's not as effective as if a black man is doing it. And that's why a black man, if you are in a group in this choir and a black man is a conductor, it's also a different game. If you have a black man conducting that choir that is filled with all white people, white women and white men, and the black man is the conductor, it also heightens the frequency and the vibration of that. This is just ancient knowledge that I know. But that's the reason why they kept a lot of black people away from all these things, because they want to keep elevating the consciousness of white people. So that's the reason why all those music and all those instruments, you played them for your own people, so you keep rising in intelligence, and then you suppressed the divine intelligence of the black people by keeping those high frequency instruments away from them. But black people are remembering they're the origin of all this stuff. They have played it for eons. So a lot of them are remembering. Now they're playing them. So like saxophone, black men play it. And if a black woman plays saxophone, that's even more powerful. Now, you're seeing a lot of white people who are playing those African instruments. That's really beautiful because it's reawakening their black roots in them, which also helps the collective. So black people need to do more of the classical music instruments. Play more of that. Start adding them in your music. Add cello. If you're a rapper, add cello into your fucking mix. Let it be subtle. You don't even have to put violin and cello and saxophone. Put them in your music and see how it's going to become more healing to the black community. Do exactly what those music industry people tell you to do. But in the end, do like a quick 1 minute solo of cello and all those things, like naturally. You guys need to understand that you are the frequency, you are the music. The more we activate our genes, our DNA, we have to use the instruments that was designed to keep us connected to God, to Source. So the more we play violin, black men and black women play violin in the hood, the violence will go away. The programming is going to instantly go away. Any kind of programming that was done will instantly disappear. The more we play, it will literally disappear. There's going to be more harmony in the black communities, men and women. We're not going to be fighting each other because the left brain and the right brain has not unified. The cello, which is the cell, it harmonizes. The violin, the V-I-O-N, that's the violence, or the violin, or the violet flame, the twin flame. It's the violent flame, which is the purple. But that's the reason why they didn't like Prince, because Prince was all about purple. So that's one of the reasons why Prince was a public enemy to them. Was an enemy because he was a purple kind of guy. So and to be a purple prince and talk about unification and then you being your own boss, you see what that does? You know, but they want to use purple to do magic to control people. But if you wear purple, use it to galvanize people, and it's going to be effective. God will be on your side. Same thing with red. Red is a powerful frequency. So now they're using it into violence, but you can use red as peace, as love, as joy. It's the same thing. You know, that's you transmute red as joy, because that's what they use red and white for Christmas for a reason. Because if you're trying to brainwash people to buy a bunch of unnecessary shit they don't need, then you use red. Because red is connected to what? Red blood cell is connected to your blood. It's a blood. It's also connected to the woman. That's the period. So it's the red and white. So to get you to get excited and happy and high, and then go buy a bunch of shit, consume a bunch of bullshit that you don't need. And that's the reason why these people understand the frequencies, how it works. Everything is a frequency. So if you want to remove cancer, just fucking listen to violin. Violin. Yeah, listen to it. Because it's right hand of the Father. You're going to the left. You're harmonizing. But then you're flowing with the whole emotions. As a black woman, if you play that shit, you know everything you're feeling, that all your ancestors and your bloodline, all the trauma within you, it's going to be healed. And violin is nothing but, the cello is nothing but violin, but it's a bigger thing. And you put it on the ground, you put it literally in your middle. It doesn't go in between your legs. When you put it, you open your legs, you sit it right there. It's in the center. And then you put your hand up, and then you go up, and then you do it. How do you play a harper? Same thing. You spread your legs, you put it right there. It's centered, it's in between. So it's literally aligned. So that's the reason why you're gonna see a lot of black women are blowing up, playing violin and cello. They're blowing up like crazy. They are blowing up because it's the frequency of the land. When a black woman, a black man is doing those things, it's like a spark, like a fire. It catches on quickly because it is aligned to it is in their DNA, it's in their gene. So you want to get rid of mental health on all these illnesses and diseases, play all those kind of stuff in your clinics, in your hospitals, in those places, the mental health. And you're not going to be giving them all that bullshit drugs. It will go, you're not going to need to, you're not going to give it to them, because all those illusions and the stuff they're seeing from all other realms is from those drugs. But if you play high frequency, multidimensional frequency, music instruments, it harmonizes all dimensions, all realities, because they're phasing into different worlds that you cannot comprehend, because you are bound and limited to be in that matrix that men have created for you. But they happen to be multidimensional soul beings, so they are phasing into different realities that you don't comprehend, so you think they're crazy. But if we are playing this kind of instrument, literally, all radio stations are playing violin and playing harper and harmonica, all those things constantly, instruments. See what happens. Everybody will harmonize. We will become more higher frequency, just like the so-called elite people that go to those kind of things. You know, they go there to get money, to get more inspiration. All right? Peace and love. Always, Gabriel, blowing the horn.